welcome to Tech Talk Tuesday. I am your host, Tracy Crosshorn. This is Wayne Crosshorn.
Good morning, good morning.
And we are here every week. We love to educate and support our business community. That is why we are here to do these talks, because IT is ever changing and we want to make sure you're up to date. So you can always submit your questions below or email us. So, just in the comments, we always go back if you happen to catch the replay, and we look forward to hearing things from you. And if there's a subject that you want us to cover,
Absolutely, please.
Let us know. Mm-hmm. We're always up for suggestions for that too.
Yes.
So, how are you today?
I'm good. Loving this weather.
So
it was
good.
Nice watching the football game last night that the Bucks tried to give away. They did their best, but real nail biter. But sitting outside and enjoying this weather. Oh,
I know, it's our favorite.
This is why we live here this time of year. How are you?
Absolutely good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm excited because you know why?
Why?
Next week is our 25th episode. And we are doing a big giveaway, so make sure you join us next week so you can find out what we're up to.
Yes.
And so I'm excited. I can't believe it's been 25 episodes already.
Yeah. Time flies.
It sure does. It sure does. Well, this week we are talking about text scamming.
Yes.
And so I guess my first question is, what is going on with these cyber criminals and now all of a sudden taking over our text messages?
Yeah, it's certainly on the rise. I mean, we talked a lot in the past about email phishing, and but text phishing and scamming is also on the rise. I read that the Better Business Bureau, they have a scam tracker, and in 2019 they added almost 48,000 new scam texts. So one of the big ones was, a lot of people probably heard about the Walmart one. They texted people and you've won a free gift, and just enter your credentials. It's all the same, whether it's email or texting. It's all about stealing your money by getting your personal information. And so everybody just needs to really analyze texts and be very diligent to avoid getting scammed.
So how do we identify them?
Yeah, there's a few ways. One of the most interesting ways is look at the number it's coming from. So legitimate marketing companies often use a 6-digit number that it comes from. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times it's just the standard 10. If it's an 11-digit or even more, more often than not, it's a scam. So that's one of the first things you can look at. But they follow a lot of the same sort of things that the emailers do. There's the things like family crisis. As we've talked in the past, they try to prey on your emotions or establish a sense of urgency, try to get you to do that knee-jerk thing. So, whether it's family crisis or anything like that, follow up. If someone sends you a text saying, hey, I'm in trouble, I need money, obviously you want to call them up or call somebody in your family that knows them, and make sure it's literally them. So that's an important one. Refunds, you get this, you overpaid and you're getting a refund. I mean, regardless of what company it is, that's a very common one. So, you have to enter in your personal information, your bank account information, so we can pay you the refund amount. Or gifts. Gifts is another one, like the Walmart one. You've won a gift, and get you, again, your personal information. One that's a little more subtle, and we've talked about this in the past. Look at the grammar, whether it's an email or a text. Look at the grammar, because most of these cyber criminals are outside the U.S. Not their primary languge, and there's a lot of mispronunciations, misspelled words. I mean, last week we were one of the things we encourage all of our customers to do, if you're not sure, send it to us. Let us take a look at it. And somebody sent us one, and the grammar was all off. And they were smart; they were looking at it, and we just confirmed their suspicions. So those are some of the things that you can look at.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not many times that people overpay.
No, and want to pay you back.
And want to pay you back, exactly. So what should you do if you do receive a spam text?
Right. So one of the things you can do is just forward it on, report it to your carrier.
Mm-hmm.
The phone carriers, the big phone carriers, the Verizons, the AT&Ts, the T-Mobiles, they have numbers that you can report it to them so they can help shut them down. A lot of times the companies, if you get a spam text from somebody posing as UPS,
Mm-hmm.
Send it to their customer service, make them aware. If you think about it, companies don't want to get their name tarnished because of these guys.
Yeah.
So especially larger companies, they will aggressively go after these and shut them down.
Oh, that's good to know.
Another thing, whatever you do, though many times you want to get angry and you want to respond and you really want to give them the business, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to do that, because what happens is you establish that you are a legitimate number.
Right.
And once you do that, now they create their lists and now they sell them to other spamming criminals, and now you're just going to get more of them. So don't respond to it. There's a lot of places that you can just report it to try to shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any other common scams to be aware of? Big, other big scams.
The big companies, yeah. The big ones are they pose as big companies because it comes across as legitimate, right?
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of them. I mean, just this year, Uber was a big one that came out, confirming your pickup. And so, they're banking on that you use Uber a lot. Maybe it's an honest mistake, but they're saying, hey, click here to, for more information on your pickup. So if you didn't schedule a pickup, you probably want to ignore it. Craigslist has had a bunch, it's notifications about your posting. Again, they're playing the odds that you may have a post on Craigslist. So, yeah. But yeah, there's a bunch of them on that. There's been a bunch of bank ones. I think it's Bank of America, Wells Fargo, wanting to confirm your information. Here's the thing: if you get a text, let's say BB&T or Bank of America, whoever you bank with,
mm-hmm.
if you get a text saying, "Hey, we need to update your personal information," instead of clicking on the link, just go to your website. If they really want to, that's the first thing they're going to hit you with. There's going to be a notification on your bank website saying, hey, we need to update your personal information. So that's a great way to validate that it really is legit. There's been some delivery ones, confirm. FedEx had a big one that they wanted to confirm. We need more information to confirm your delivery.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one. And sometimes there's a lot of, I said at the beginning, this creating urgency. Sometimes they say your account is in danger of being deleted. PayPal was one that came out this year. It's going to be deleted. Okay, well, maybe it is, but if you log onto your PayPal account or call PayPal support, you'll find out if it really is, or they're just trying to, again, get you to click on a link.
Yeah.
So there's lots of them out there.
There are.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That brings us up to my tip of the week. Being that it's election day, I thought I'd give you a little tip that we started doing probably 8 years ago. We do mail-in ballots. And what's great about that is that they mail them to your house, and then you get a list of everyone on the ballot, and that allows you to do your research and really scope out, who you want to vote for. And then you can drop it off in person. You don't actually have to mail it. However, this year they are tracking them, and you can look online to see when they received it. But we actually dropped ours off at our government center up here, and it was great because we checked it in, they scanned it right there, and said, all right, you're good to go. So it was awesome. Really easy, no lines. So that is my little tip for you for 2024.
Well, if I can make one distinction, so, mail-in ballots have been very controversial this year. What we actually did was absentee balloting.
Oh,
And
absentee,
so
sorry.
it is absentee. So there's a difference, though. So absentee balloting, you have to register for. So they confirm your address and that you're a legitimate person in the county you're supposed to be in. And but you're absolutely right. I loved it. I used to travel in my previous life. I used to travel constantly every week, and I never knew if I was going to be around. But it's true. You do get the opportunity to review amendments and candidates. It's hard to keep up with local, judge renominations and mosquito control, all this stuff. Who has time to keep up with all that? So to have time to really research it is really good. So big fan of absentee balloting.
Sorry,
So
it was absentee. Thank you for correcting me. Oh, Lord. Maybe not enough coffee this morning.
Maybe not. That's okay. But it's a great tip.
Yes. All right. Your tip of the week.
My tip. So there are a lot of things out there to block scamming and marketing calls and texts. So a few of them are, number one, the do not call registry. There's a lot of misinformation out there about that. It doesn't expire. If you have listed with a do not call, then yes, it does not expire. And basically what the do not call is it's just a list given to the marketing companies that says, no, don't call. And I think what's happened is because people often just ignore and hang up on them and they don't report them.
Yeah.
That they become emboldened by that. So they're just, many marketing companies are just ignoring it. If you haven't listed, go to donotcall.gov, then you should do it and list your cell phone number because it does put that list out. So if marketers are calling you anyway, you can report them to the FTC.
Yeah. So
just go ahead and do that. Federal Trade Commission. Also, most of the major cell phone providers offer spam blocking, either a free version or a paid version, or maybe it's a free version and you pay a little bit, you get a better version. Carriers like we use T-Mobile, you don't even have to enable it. Their free version is enabled, and it works pretty well. I've never tried the paid version, but I know Verizon, AT&T offer versions. So go ahead.
I just want to jump in on that.
Yeah.
So I just realized on my cell phone, which if you're an iPhone user, you can actually go in and they have a setting now that will silence or just send a voicemail all like scam. It almost recognizes, like our T-Mobile recognizes the scam call. Well, it will silence the call if the contact is not in your phone. So it's a fine line, I think, but you can silence all the calls and that appear as scam. So for your iPhone users, if you've done the update, then there's that feature will show up and you can do that too.
Yeah. So if you're a business like us that works with other businesses, you just got to be a little careful about it, right?
Yeah.
Because,
absolutely,
they may view it as a business is calling you, so they're trying to scam you, but it could be legitimate. But there's also, if those aren't working for you, there's a lot of packages out there, programs out there. One of the big ones is RoboKiller. I think it's like $4 a month. It has very good reviews. It seems to work very well.
It does work well. Yeah.
Yes, there is. You have used that? Oh, okay. There's Umail, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of a voicemail. You sign on to their voicemail service, but they also do a lot of recognition. And one of the cool things it does, I've heard, I haven't used it, but if it's a recognized spam caller, it'll actually, when they call, it'll pick up and it'll give like a beep, like a fax machine, just so they won't call you anymore. It's kind of cool.
That is cool.
But there's Nomorobo, which has also got a pretty good reputation. There's one called Truecaller. I'm not as comfortable with that one because when you sign on to Truecaller, you give them access to your entire contact database. And I have privacy concerns on that. I never like turning over, and we've talked about that in previous episodes of this. So, supposedly it works. One of the kind of bizarre things about it is because everybody is turning over their contact database, people have reported going and searching their name. And of course, there are entries from other people's databases, and it has nicknames associated because it came out of their pictures.
Oh yeah, no.
I don't know. That one scares me a little bit, but a lot of people say it works very, very well. So because it goes off a common 25 million users and their legitimate databases, contact databases. So a lot of people say it works well, but so there's lots of ways, not only scam, but also just telemarketers of how you can stop blocking them.
Awesome.
Or stop them from getting to you.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Already next week.
You know, we often talk about security and cyber criminals and how it's so lucrative. We never really talk about why. And I thought that might be kind of interesting. Just educate people why people who are brilliant, obviously, because they come up with all these crazy schemes, why are they going through all this effort and why is it so lucrative? So we're just going to spend some time to educate you guys on what they're motivated by.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
And don't forget, it is our 25th episode, and we are doing a big giveaway, so you're going to want to tune in. Mm-hmm. We don't have any questions at this time, but again, if you catch the replay and you have questions, just drop them in the comments. We'll get back to you. And if there's something that has been, a burning question, please let us know, and we'll do a Tech Talk Tuesday on it.
Absolutely.
So, alrighty, well, you guys have a great week. We will see you next week with our giveaway, our 25th episode. We are excited. We hope you guys have a fantastic week, and we'll see you soon.
Bye now.